So it's Thursday. It is the 19th of December, and I have not started Tilda's book yet. So, a little disappointed, but Monday was like our first weekday with our new dog. If you didn't see my community post, we rescued a dog this past weekend. Her name is Barkley. Her name at the shelter was Leah, but she didn't react to it at all. So we just named her Barkley after Saquon Barkley from the Eagles. But she's a really sweet girl, but she is a handful. She is very anxious, and she isn't house trained. So she's been a handful, but you know, she's really sweet when she's not scared. So we're trying. But Monday was the first weekday. Fortunately, I teleworked on Monday. But I basically just sat downstairs on the couch with my work computer and with her next to me, and we just went outside, you know, throughout the day. So I didn't do anything on Monday. On Tuesday, I went back to the office and I didn't do anything. I actually worked on scene cards because I was getting ideas for scenes for my getting to know each other beats and my internal conflict beat, which, as I mentioned, I think in my last video, those were the beats I really needed to bulk up. So that was cool. I was just writing out some scene cards, but I did brainstorm chapter 1 of Tilda's book. And then yesterday, Wednesday, I had every intention of starting it, but when I pulled out my laptop and I was on Scrivener, I was about to make a new document, and I thought, wait a minute, this isn't how I write zero drafts. I write zero drafts on my AlphaSmart, which I did not have. And I'm sure it seems pretty stupid. Why didn't I just write it on my computer? But it's like a hack. When I wrote the zero draft of Claimed on my AlphaSmart, I wrote so fast. I didn't obsess over every chapter. It's like it takes away my ability to overthink things because I write a chapter, I transfer it to my computer, and then the next day when I sit down to write, I don't have that chapter because it's already been transferred and it's no longer on my AlphaSmart. So it takes away my ability to obsess and overthink and try to perfect everything. So I want to do it on my AlphaSmart. So yesterday I brainstormed chapter 2, and I also reread the first 2 chapters of Claimed just to kind of see how I like it and fix some things, which I did fix some things, but I do also like it. So yeah, so today is Thursday, like I said, and I am going to finally start Tilda's book because I brought my AlphaSmart. But yeah, it has been an exhausting week. I was texting with my mom and I told her, now that I have a dog, I definitely think it was a good idea to not have children in my life, because if I'm this exhausted and overstimulated from a dog, I cannot imagine a little human. So more respect to the people who do have children, I guess, who have children and dogs. But yeah, so I am about to head into my office, and it's dark, so I hope I'm looking at the lens. There's no light on it, of course. But yeah, I'm about to head into my office, and when I get time today, I will be starting Tilda's book. Finally, you know, on the 4th day of the week when I intended to start it on Monday, but at least I'm starting it. So it's Friday, it is the 20th, and it is a little after 9 o'clock, and I honestly wasn't sure what I was going to get done today because I have not done like barely anything this week. because I get home and then it's like I just have to take care of the dog, and I've been busy at work because it's almost the holiday, so there's like a grind. Although I will say, it seems like now that it's Friday, like the Friday before Christmas, it seems like everyone else is kind of just chilling now. So yeah, I wasn't really sure what my plans were for today, because yesterday I did not write a lot. I intended to write the whole first chapter of Tilda's book, and that did not happen. I think I wrote around 300 words, and it was hard finding, oh, you can see my computer. It was hard finding, I guess, a starting point. I know what I want the chapter to look like as the introduction to Tilda, and I like Tilda's voice because she's kind of like a cool girl. Like she curses, she's very casual, she's not like naive like Nell is. So I think I'll have no problem with Tilda's voice. It was just, I guess, trying to find my start. I do plan to work on that some today. But instead, the first thing I jumped into is I wanted to kind of play around with some cover art ideas for Claimed for when I share it on Substack, because I thought I had more time, and then we adopted a dog, and now it's like, oh no, I don't think I'm gonna be done in time for the first week of January. God, I just rambled a whole bunch, and I haven't even introduced myself in this vlog, and if you're new here, if this is your first vlog, you have no idea what I'm talking about. I have my short-ish, spicy werewolf romance that I want to start publishing on Substack in the first week of January, and I'm running a little behind, I guess. But also, speaking of our dog, she's finally quiet and resting right now. I had to bring her in here because she is very anxious and she doesn't want to be alone, and I don't really want to get her attention because, like I said, she's finally resting. I've taken her out 3 times this morning. She has peed inside twice because she is not house trained. So it's been an adjustment, that's for sure. So yeah, we have a dog, and I'm not gonna say I regret it because she's a sweet girl. She's just a lot of work, and I kind of just wish I could fast forward to like after the house training is done, after she realizes she's safe here and she can just relax. Because it's like at this point I have to pee so bad, but I know if I get up, she's gonna follow me. I can't take 2 steps without accidentally like nudging her with my leg because she has to be underfoot. But yeah, so I have that, and I'm also so hungry. But anyways, I'm gonna show you guys what I'm working on. I'm not super excited about it because I'm not an artist in the slightest. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I play around with Photoshop and Canva, but I have no idea what I'm doing. So all that to say, that's just me prefacing this with please, please be gentle. I know this is not like the kind of cover that would make you want to buy the book. You know, you're not gonna see this at a Barnes & Noble. This is essentially what I can do with my skill level without paying someone else to make me an actual good professional looking cover. So again, please understand that I'm not an artist. I don't know what I'm doing. But in order to, you know, not spend hundreds of dollars commissioning a cover, I have made this. And also, I guess this is the the full title reveal of Claimed. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys. So I just finished it on Canva. There's the official full title, and I did give the series a title name because unlike my Pine Hollow series, this isn't like a fated mates kind of thing. This is, you can essentially choose your mates. Like if you fall in love with somebody, you know, you claim them as your mate essentially. So yeah, Claimed by the Lone Wolf is the full official title. That is my main character, Nell. It was very hard to find a plus-sized blonde model that actually was plus-sized. You Google plus-sized women and, you know, it's girls who are like a size 10, so that is frustrating. But yeah, so that's Nell, and this is my unofficial, well, I guess it's my official cover until I decide to do something else with this maybe in the future, whether that is self-publishing on Kindle or trying, I guess, to go to an actual publishing house. And that is far, far, far in the future when the story is, again, edited and polished even better than it is now, and I will be getting a real cover. Ew, the lighting. But yeah, so I just wanted to show off what I've worked on because I'm pleased with it. I'm not, you know, thrilled. Like I said, this isn't the kind of cover you would walk into a Barnes & Noble and be like, oh my god, I have to read this book. But I like what I've done. The hardest thing for me is setting up the title, I guess, especially a longer title. At least if it was one word, you know, you can kind of just, it's easier to find a place for it. But I don't know anything about, I guess, typesetting, if that's what it's called. I don't know anything about graphic design. I know nothing about nothing, you know, I just like writing. So yeah, that is my cover. That is what we're going with. And now that I'm finished it, I think I can actually jump into working on Tilda's book again and try to finish chapter 1 at least today. And I really should be going through Claimed again with the fine-tooth comb for like spelling errors and stuff, because like I said, I want this to be up on Substack, at least the first couple of chapters, by the first week of January. But first I have to go to the bathroom, and I'm just gonna get something to eat. And she's gonna follow me, and I'll probably have to take her outside again, so there's that. But yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. Alright, so it is 12:30 exactly. I have finished chapter 1 of Tilda's book, finally. And it's, I think 1,280 words was what it was. I already shut off my office part. Which, believe it or not, is too long for my chapter 1. I'm not going to think about that right now because honestly, I'm just happy I was able to find my groove and actually get to writing. Especially, it's been a lot of like back and forth and up and down the stairs because I've basically been taking Barkley out like once every hour, and she's basically been going every time we go out. But no more accidents inside the house, at least. She's only 11 months old, and I read online that 11 months is still technically considered like a puppy, and a lot of puppies, especially like, she's a rescue, she's from a shelter, they didn't have proper training, and so maybe their bladder muscles are weaker, or they haven't been trained to essentially empty their whole bladder when they go out, or they're just too excited when they're outside or something. So there's so many reasons as to why she could be having these accidents, and I'm trying really hard not to be upset about it. I think this has just kind of been a validation, I guess. I've always called myself a cat person, and that holds true. I am very much still a cat person. I love her, she's cute, and I'm gonna take the best care I can of her. She is my new daughter, but the cats are still my favorite. But luckily, work has been slow because I assume nobody's in the office. I assume the people that are working from home like me are just kind of like done because it's almost Christmas. So yeah, I'm not gonna write anymore. I do have chapter 2 brainstormed, and I would love to accomplish more this week than what I did, but actually, you know what? I'm gonna say I accomplished a lot. I have a cover that I'm reasonably happy with to post on Substack, so I might not have accomplished a lot on paper, but I'm happy with what I did. So yeah, like I said, I'm not going to work on anything else. I have actually a mountain of Christmas gifts that I need to wrap because I have not done any wrapping since my last vlog. And I'm really pissed off because I have some gifts coming for my mom and my brother that were supposed to be here yesterday, and now they're just marked as running late and there's no updated date to them. So that's cool. I'm really hoping they get here before frickin' Monday so I have time to wrap them, or else I'll have to ship them after Christmas because my mom lives in California and she's gonna be in town for Christmas, but I think she's leaving basically the day after. And my brother lives like 4 hours away from me, so if the gifts don't come before Christmas Eve, which is when I do the gift exchange with my family, we do Christmas Eve with my family and Christmas Day with my fiance's family. So if they don't arrive in time for me to take them on Christmas Eve, they're not getting these gifts, and I'm just really frustrated about that. But yeah, mini rant aside, this week has been stressful, and this week has made me question a lot of things, like my sanity. But all things considered, I think things are still going pretty good for me. I'm going to transfer my chapter over to my computer for safekeeping, and I'm going to upload this footage, and I may try to edit it a little bit later, but I think mostly after I get off of here, I'm just going to start wrapping stuff. Just find a nice long YouTube video, probably like spooky stories or something, you know, somebody narrating some creepy stories. And I'm just gonna try to knock out as much wrapping as I can. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. I'm so sorry it was so boring. It was really going to be better, and then I had the freaking impulsive idea, hey, let's look at dogs. We've been talking about it for a long time. I won't get into the details, but my fiance grew up with dogs, I grew up with cats, and we've been living together for, I want to say like 6 years, but I would be lying if I said I was certain. But ever since we moved in together, we've been strictly a cat household. So I know he's been wanting a dog. I mean, he's been saying he's wanting, so I knew it. But I knew before he said anything that he's really been just wanting to kind of complete the family with a dog. So I just got, I guess, a wild hair up my butt, if that's the phrasing. And we had been looking online at different shelters. We had been looking at dogs. And on last Saturday, I was just like, oh, look at this one. This one. Her picture on the shelter website, she looked so sad and lost, and my heart melted, and so we drove up there and we got her. And it's probably the most spontaneous and impulsive decision I've ever made, so I gotta live with that. But yeah, she'll be a good dog. It'll all be worth it. And I think once we get past Christmas, everything will just level out and go a little smoother. At least in my personal life, I try not to think about the climate of the world right now, because come January, I am very worried. I am very scared, despondent. I don't know. I don't know what the future of America looks like. So I'm just trying to live in my little bubble, I guess, and not kill anyone. So yeah, I'm gonna end this vlog here. I am so sorry that this vlog was not super jam-packed with things that I haven't really got much to share with you, but I do have my cover art to share with you. I will still do a separate video to talk about my schedule, my publishing schedule on Substack, to obviously link to my Substack, and I'll still make a separate video with all those details once I have them. I feel better having my cover because now I just have to do my final read through and revision of Claimed, you know, looking for the surface level and spelling stuff that I want to fix. But other than that, we're pretty much good, so I do feel a lot better having my cover art. I appreciate you being here. Again, kind of a nothing vlog, but that's because of that one back there, so it is what it is. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching, and if a video does not come out between now and Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, happy whatever you celebrate. I only celebrate Christmas because I'm a white kid who grew up in America, you know. I don't have any kind of religion or culture to kind of celebrate, and I'm still learning like which things, so it's like obviously it's Yule, but I'm still learning how to celebrate and participate in Yule. So yeah, happy holidays, blessed Yule, and I will see you guys in my next video, and thank you for watching.